What's going on, YouTube? What's up? So this one gonna be about Steve Martin turned down Batman. Yeah, the Cape Crusader. Who knows what his role was in the movie, but with all the star power that was in that first one, you could do anything and hit with that role. I mean, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, Jack Nicholson, everybody hit. It was a win-win. And you gotta kind of wonder, but Steve Martin said no to Tim Burton's film. Could have been interesting though, what kind of character he played. I mean, the Batman franchise was a happening franchise. It definitely had levels to it. Um, Very successful, very entertaining, very engaging. But again, we never know how these things are going to be. What how people are going to, you know, forever different reasons, economical differences. At certain times, people back in the day didn't want to do certain type of films because they didn't think they were ethical. So ethics could have played a part. There's a lot of reasons why they didn't want to do it. Um, you just kind of shrug your shoulders. You can't really say. It's just a lot of speculation. So, what you gonna say about it? It's just one of those things that, you kind of look at it like, okay, that was a golden opportunity. Hindsight is everything. But at the time, maybe he felt it was too much going on. Maybe he wanted something that, reflected him, like the Parent Trap, certain things that he was doing. So there's a lot of different reasons why you may not go there, why you would go there. But anyway, it's one of those films that, because it's such an iconic film, pop, you know, dominance, that people will say, well, you could have done that, you didn't do it, that sort of thing. So I'm not gonna hold it against them. I never hold anybody's choices against them, because that's a matter of preference and choices. It's at the end of the day, you have that right. you know People are going to question, why would you? But hey, you got that right, so why not? you know um it's one of them situations where, again, the opportunities, and what you want to go for, what you want to put forth. So, but anyway, I thought that that was pretty interesting that it came about that he had turned that down. And a lot of the popular movies that were big, people, because everybody's looking at the payday and how everything was, they don't always think about it in terms of like, okay, well, maybe I'll just, do it for the sake. It's like it's got to be involved in the bag. And so sometimes those things kind of come into question. And sometimes people just kind of, how they're going about what they are.